don't know. I actually feel like pressure right now.
I mean, like it was one of the most anticipated Bravo reunion, not even finales ever.
Whew. Everybody.
Whoa.
Everybody.
Guys, I gave myself a migraine in anticipation.
She did.
I did.
She did. I may end up having I've had a headache too, like an optic headache, like a near migraine forming for the past 2 days too. So maybe that's what it was.
Maybe. Like I feel complete relief now. Like I couldn't get comfortable, and I was like, and I think I started making it worse because I was like, I really want to watch this and not be in pain. And so I was like putting more pressure to like get better.
Yeah. It's been really hard to focus on anything else. And I've also had like a bunch of other stuff going on. So everything else feels like it's in the way.
Yeah, it is. Everything is in the way.
Right. Do you not understand what's happening? So Pia and I have landed on, we're just going to do the recap of the episode first, and then we will get into Watch What Happens Live because that's just sort of how chronologically it went. All right. Are we ready?
Yeah, I feel like I also am like the most nervous.
Yeah, this is like this is so much pressure. Okay. Here at She Speaks Bravo, we believe that Bravo TV is a great form of self-care and therapy. Look at me. I've been using it for over a decade, and I am a complete mess. That's me, by the way. I'm Emily, and I'm your host on this journey.
What is this, honey?
I love that.
If you're not already subscribed, get subscribed and hit that notification bell because I'm releasing new episodes at least 3 times a week.
You fool.
That's my opinion!
I talk Bravo, I talk true crime, and sometimes I talk a little scripted. So whatever you're here for, I hope you enjoy the show. Okay, so March 1st, 2023. Watch What Happens Live. I like that they showed it's the who is the hotter Tom.
Yeah, I the editing was top tier in this episode. Top tier.
Mm-hmm. I think I am going to put my sunglasses on because I think I might be getting a migraine.
Oh, no. No, I gave it to you through the air.
That that's this light on. I was like, oh, never mind. Okay. But then so Ariana and Tom's confessionals. First thing I thought, is this the same confessional Tom's been talking to us from this whole time? He's been doing the whole, like, all of his shit where he's like, Ariana and I haven't been good. Like the last, 3 episodes, we've been getting this confessional.
Oh, so you're saying like the pickup confessional. It's like from after the whole Sandoval broke.
Like this is the confessional. He's been talking to us about the conversation he had with Ariana, or he sits down with her. This is the confessional where she says to him at Sir when they did something about her tasting where she's like, I'm going to turn up for you. And he's like, Ariana and I haven't been good for a while. It's the same confessional where he says that awful line, like, let's take mushrooms together and watch the sunset. He looked unhinged in this. And so now I'm putting it together like, that's what you guys have been pulling from? This confessional post Sandoval?
That's like worse to me because
it is.
I was thinking this entire time is when he was thinking his plan was working. You know what I mean? His plan to
me too.
Break up and make Ariana into make himself into like the battered wife victim.
Yeah. But no.
Like he thought that after Sandoval broke that this would be how he would make us somehow think that I mean, you know what? It's working. I've seen a couple of people who were like, watch this finale and were like, don't hate me, but like I can kind of see some of his points. What?
Okay.
Go to hell. Sorry. No, though.
Yeah, no, don't go to hell.
Like what?
Then you really need to work on your cognitive skills.
It's all an act. Like, I don't believe anything that he says. It's not genuine. It's all a facade. It's fake. So, like, sorry. I don't believe anything.
And also when he says, normally I would delete something like that, but it was such a chaotic day. Normally, I would delete something like that, meaning I've been covering this up and concealing this for a while, but like I got sloppy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what he meant.
No, yeah, because this again.
I got sloppy.
This is guys. This is not a one-off situation. He's been doing this for at least, to our knowledge, 7 months. I know me and Emily think it's been longer than that, or in some way or shape or form.
Just in the way that they've just been communicating and like,
yeah, something I'm not necessarily.
He opened the door
right.
in a way that let her know, like, okay,
correct. So yeah, it didn't shock me that this wasn't that he had. Yeah, of course he has been like deleting as he goes or hiding things as he goes.
Yeah, he's practiced.
He's very practiced.
When Sheena described the way Raquel came up to her nonchalantly, and I could just hear, Tom and I have been having an affair for 7 months, and Ariana just found out. I can just see it.
Yeah. I feel like it was even like less than that. I feel like it was just like she's on the phone, and like when you're on the phone and someone's talking to you and you're like trying to like tell them like Ariana found out that we had a 7-month affair. Like it's like it was just like telling her.
But she doesn't talk normal like that.
But
Pia. She talks like a robot.
True.
She talks like a weird robot.
She does talk like a weird robot.
Why do you talk like that?
She does talk like a weird robot.
Talk like
because
that?
She's always rebooting. Like
yes.
she's always malfunctioning.
So it's like she's
computing.
Like, Ariana just found out. Like,
yeah.
Why do you talk like that, weirdo?
Yeah.
I cannot. Like, why are you programmed all weird?
I've just been imagining that conversation since it broke. Like we've seen it a little bit here and there in news articles, and even with Sheena retelling it on podcasts. But like when Sheena's saying it to Ariana, there, it was just like,
yeah,
that happened.
So, really strange choice. Like we said, editing's been great, but I feel like they picked the weirdest music track to use for like the round robin. So they finish up with like the opener, right? Like the ooh, whatever. Then it's like kind of an upbeat. It's like, but the sun keeps on shining and the cars keep on driving. I'm like, I feel like they hit the wrong button or something.
I didn't notice that, even though I've watched it 3 times now.
Well,
so now I gotta watch the 4th.
Because
music.
I just was confused. Like I was like, are we starting a new episode? Because this stay on brand. We're sad because then they end the round robin with going to Ariana's where she's crying, and I'm like, yeah, this was a weird choice, guys. We could have just kept it with the same tone.
Okay, now that you've painted the picture, I'm now Raquel right now. I'm computing. Yeah, that was. I just now that you mention it, you're right.
It fades out, and then it's like Ariana crying on the couch.
They started it. It's like, you know what happened? It seems like, you know how they have like a formula of how they start every episode. They were like, this is how all of our episodes start.
Yes.
And they just plugged it in. Like, I didn't need to see Schwartz playing with the dogs and making tea.
Making tea. The round robin, they always do like the check and like, what's everybody up to? I'm like, I don't care.
Get to it.
Go to Ariana immediately. Like, just like we don't need that. So it was a very weird. They didn't need to fill the time with that at all.
Yeah, I needed every fucking minute. So skip that.
I am okay. Immediately, Ariana looks 10 times better. I know she's in peril, but as soon as they get to that house, I'm like, wow.
She looks fresh.
Looks like it should have been looking. Like, what? Remember, I commented right away when they go to something about her in the beginning of the season. They go to like a location, and I'm like, she doesn't look like herself. She looks tired. She looks puffy. She looks miserable. As much as she's in peril and in anguish, she looks hot. She looks powerful. She looks amazing. And it's like she can stop covering up for this lying, deceitful man and stop lying to herself too.
Yeah.
About the fact that she doesn't want to do this. She's a real, true person at the end of the day. She's not like a Tom, but she's, she's got that's her weakness is that type of a relationship. So
yeah,
as much as it was sad to see her, I'm like, why does she look better than ever?
Because and you never know, you don't realize it until it happens, but that weight like really took years off of her. Like, yeah, it did. Almost 10 years.
10 years of just Miami girl lying.
I feel like once it was over, like when she was like, the moment where she was like telling, the news broke, we all knew when that was like, it was over. It was like all of the secrets, all of the covering up for each other within that relationship just flew away. And she was finally free to like actually express how she's felt, how she's been feeling within the relationship without all of these constructs that they've created for the relationship to hide from us.
Totally. Very much that. Her friend Meredith is there. Meredith is going to be in the back. I just want to shout out the friends that are like right there next to her.
Yeah.
Meredith.
Those are the real deal people.
Yeah, for sure. Maya, also the dog, for the record, right next to Ariana as well.
Mm-hmm.
For the record. Okay.
That's her dog.
Her dog. All right. Tom comes in. This is where we get the "do you want anything for you to die?" And he goes, "Well, that's inevitable."
Shut up. Like, he always has to say something. God, it like pisses me off.
He always has to say something.
He just does. Just shut the fuck up.
He always has to say something.
Just like, he has to like be a part of it. Like, that's her fucking line, and you don't say shit.
And then she goes, "You still haven't apologized for what you did." And I'm not even shocked by that, but I'm still shocked by that. And then he goes, "Every time I try to apologize, it just makes you more angry." She says, "Good, let me be angry. You should still fucking apologize."
He's like literally delusional, Emily. It's just, we knew that, but like watching it was, I couldn't even move. I literally screamed at the TV. I was like, "Liar!" I'm just like screaming, "Piece of shit."
She goes, "Oh, this monologue was, I had to remind myself to breathe a lot through this whole episode." She says, "I've been with you for 9 years. Back when you lived with Schwartz, we became friends when you were literally wearing combat boots and skinny jeans and didn't have a fucking dime to your name. I loved you then when you had nothing." And then she goes, "You got a little bit of money, a little bar, and a little band. And then this girl is going to act enamored with you like, oh my God." I loved when she did that. Because that's what you want, huh? You want someone to just gas you up. The girl is searching for identity in men. She has no identity of her own. Willing to stoop so low as to fuck one of her best friend's life partners. And that is someone you think is like a good person you should be around? Ariana, you just came up with that?
I know. I thought that was Shakespearean.
It was.
Someone needs to put that on a fucking shirt. Ariana.
That needs to be like Tom's house is broken into. Like, you know how people were, that needs to be on a mug.
It really does. It was honestly
the whole thing
so beautiful and well put, and it didn't feel rehearsed. You know what I mean? Like sometimes people like they have a whole, like if it was Raquel, she would have had that speech would have been written out, and she would have been stumbling over it, and it would have felt disingenuous.
Yeah.
I truly believe that was off her mind in the moment, and I was like, this is why you don't need to be with Tom. You are too good for Tom.
He has been holding you down forever.
God, that was literally like,
ooh, beautiful.
Such a poetic way to put that.
Anytime Tom tries to say anything. Like he goes, I know what I did was selfish. She goes, selfish is the nicest word you could use. He's like, damn it, I'm really trying here. I'm really trying to like make myself look good. She's like, oh. The way Tom keeps trying to describe the friendship too, it's like, stop. He's like, we became like really good friends. It's like, you're missing the point here, Tom. Tom, you keep thinking that if you explain how deep your connection was with Raquel, that it will make it better that you lied this whole time. That's not the thing. You just need to be begging for forgiveness because what you did was wrong. But he keeps repeatedly saying, we became like really good friends. We were really good friends. Oh my God.
I don't care.
Stop. And then when Ariana blows up, which makes sense, she's like, I don't give a fuck about fucking Raquel. Like, I don't need to I'm waiting for you to apologize to me.
Yeah, like he's like, it's just so frustrating. First of all, stop saying her name. We don't want to talk about her right now. Like, exactly. We get it. You fucked Raquel. You have a fake fucking phony ass relationship that no one cares. Like Ariana says, tell her that.
That's when she goes, this is for her. This is not for me. I'm supposed to be getting I'm so fucking sorry. I should have never done this to you.
I want to see groveling. And the thing is, you can be super sorry. And this is what Tom can't get in his head. Even with all that to be true, say he has this amazing connection with Raquel and like it's, they weren't, Ariana and him needed to break up. Like that, it was all meant to be. It just happened in the worst way possible. You can still be really sorry for what you did. And that's what he's missing. He thinks that because of all of that, it washes away all the sins of what he did. And she then shouldn't be as upset because it was for the greater good. No.
Yeah.
You still, like, I'm a person and you hurt me.
So good. I feel so much connection. It's like, so then Ariana, you should be like, well, I'm happy for you.
Right. No. This is a time where you unequivocally tell her how much the time you've spent was with her. Like, so she knows that wasn't all a lie.
Yeah, dude.
Right? This is the time where you need to reassure her that it wasn't her. It was something within you. These are the things that you need to do. Selflessness. And he's not capable of it. He's not capable of selflessness. He always needs to be the number one guy in the group. He needs to always have the last fucking word. He always needs to be a part of everything. He's a showboat. Bitch. I fucking hate him.
I fucking hate him. Okay. I had to like pause and listen, so I may be slightly off, but I was obsessed with the part where she goes, I don't give a fuck about fucking Raquel. And he goes, and she's like, your friendship is bullshit. And he's like, no, it's not. And they start screaming over each other.
Yeah.
So I think, because I was like, what did he fucking say to her? What is he saying to her?
Yeah.
I think what he has the nerve to say is, you know everything. You hate everybody. This person, pointing to her, Ariana, knows everything. You can't tell you anything. And I'm thinking, okay. So this is how you're choosing to handle this moment.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Cool. But then Ariana at the same time is saying, it's bullshit. It's disgusting. You are disgusting. Your friendship with Raquel is disgusting. And when Tom hears that, he goes, oh, well, guess what? It is real because she treats me with fucking respect. Something I haven't gotten from you in a long time.
Excuse me? Does someone need to pull up the definition of respect for Tom Sandoval? Because this whole relationship, friendship that you had with Raquel was the epitome of disrespectful. You expect respect from Ariana when all you're doing is going about all of Los Angeles disrespecting her. You disrespected her on the day her dog died, on the day her grandma died, in front of her home.
Oh, dude, yeah, I forgot about that. In front of her home?
You did it down the street from where she
opened the door for you after you fucked in Rachel's car.
In your home. Down the street from all of your businesses.
Oh my God.
She can't go anywhere with this in this town anymore without knowing that you guys have probably fucking done some weird shit. Wow. She has to live with that. But you she didn't give you respect. Okay.
Right. Okay.
You're a piece of shit.
But Ariana she's so strong. She goes, so I'm the scapegoat. I'm to blame. And then Tom goes, you're not the scapegoat. I'm just trying to get you to understand. And then Ariana mocks him and goes, that you just had to fuck my friend. I'm like, this is how much power Ariana has within her and how much she has been suppressing to be with Tom.
Yeah.
Like,
it's true.
This is power. Like, most women who've been with a man that's this much of a narcissist and does this much gaslighting and manipulation wouldn't be able to get through this conversation and navigate it like this. But she's this good.
Yeah.
And that's why he hates it. He's like, God, don't you understand? I'm trying to control you here.
Yeah, he's so, again, he's not dealing, sorry, Kristen, he's not dealing with Kristen. You know what I mean? He's dealing with, and Kristen is a very intelligent woman. I'm not saying
she's not. She has evolved, but she's evolved. Then she was too in it.
And I actually think it's because she was no longer with Tom, and she had to just really, like, that was, like, she would have been going all around in circles and circles.
Tom goes, it wasn't about fucking. It was about, and the fact that he says that, it wasn't about fucking. It was about an actual connection where we actually were like respecting each other and giving each other confidence. And then Ariana makes the like hanging herself thing, and she goes,
she did it really good too.
Yeah, she did. And then she goes, that's you right now. Nailed it, Ariana. And she didn't shed a tear either, which until the very, very end. It was like, oh, this is so.
This was a mass. Like, honestly,
oh my God,
I could like do this like if I typed it out as a full fucking scene.
This scene and the scene with Sheena and Tom should be studied in acting classes.
It was so good because there was so, like, the thing is, it wasn't just screaming, it wasn't just crying. There was so many like different things that happened within that conversation, and that honestly, you're not wrong, Emily. Yeah. Those two scenes, the Sheena scene and this scene, should be studied because that is actually what teachers are trying to get you to do within a scene. To make it more interesting.
Should we practice? Coming soon. Coming soon. Pia and I act out the famous scenes from Vanderpump Rules season 10.
But it honestly, like, I don't know about you, I'm sure. Actually, I know about you. I'm sure you're crying. Like, I was bawling during that whole scene.
I actually am shocked. I only teared up. I didn't full cry.
I full cried.
I was shocked. I was like, I'm not full crying because Ariana was so strong. I was surprised that I wasn't more. You know where I did actually cry was when Sheena first comes into Ariana's place and they hug. And just the two of them crying together. And I could feel like how sorry Sheena was.
Yeah, that was a hug of regret.
Yeah, like both of them were just like so much happened without saying anything in that moment that I was like, ooh, okay, I feel this one for sure. Like the whole group was just like, it just, everything had the weight of all of it in that one moment. I
think Sheena is really going through it because she feels responsible for
kind of setting a lot of wheels in motion and co-signing a lot and like stoking a fire that was like, oopsies, shouldn't have done that.
She thought she was stoking one fire and she was stoking another.
Yep. So Tom's trying to keep his narrative going in this conversation, right? He's like, let me make sure I get in here more that the relationship wasn't good, Ariana. Wasn't good. Something happened when I turned 40. And Ariana's like, honey, that is normal. That's a normal thing. Then she says, that's why people go to couples therapy. Well, now isn't that funny? Because on Howie, Tom said they went to couples therapy.
Yeah, I was confused by that. So they
Well, it just means he lied.
So they did not go. Like, I needed that question. I needed that question to be answered, like, by Ariana.
They didn't.
Okay.
Well, she said we didn't go to couples therapy.
Okay. Right. Okay.
She says,
did
and
say
we
that.
didn't. She says, and we didn't. So, Tom, you went on Howie and lied.
That's such a weird lie. Like, why would you, like, say that?
And then he goes, you put pressure on me to stay in the relationship. 2 weeks ago, he says, I said, Ariana, I want to end the relationship. 2 weeks ago, you were already having the affair with Raquel.
Yeah.
So this isn't some noble thing. 2 weeks ago, well, you already were having the affair with Raquel because you apparently were already unhappy in the relationship. So what does 2 weeks ago have anything to do with anything?
He's so desperate to drive home his narrative that he's been trying to exit this relationship, and Ariana has essentially been holding him hostage.
Yeah.
That he's even now, like, to me, this is a super. It was already scummy before, to me, during the season when he was trying to push that narrative. It's even worse now that everything has come out, and he's still somehow trying to make it her fault in this moment.
And her fault that she didn't want to end the relationship. Oh, I'm sorry. You have a house together. You've been together 9 years. What a bummer that she doesn't want to, like, just go, sure, yeah, let's break up.
Yeah. So
sorry that it's about to be hard on your partner that you're going to break up.
I don't know how everybody else is taking that portion of it, but for me, I feel like if you've been in a long-term relationship with someone, like, yeah, like if there can be bumps and stuff like that, and maybe the person says, hey, I don't know about this, but that's why always people are saying that you're supposed to work on relationships. Like, you don't necessarily just give up. You're like, of course, if Ariana is feeling like there was still something there, she's going to fight for your relationship. Like, I don't want to break up. Like, what can I do?
And then he
to make this work?
I felt really bad. She's like, well, then you should have never been in my bed after that night then. He's like, I felt really bad. Huh? What? So you didn't. So it was just a fight, basically.
Right. That's normal.
But then she goes, you have to end it. You have to leave. And then he says, at that point, it was too late. Tom, and there'll be many more times in this episode where he will say shit like this, where he will say, I tried, but I couldn't. And it's like, this is worse. This is like, keep like digging the hole deeper and deeper by saying this. Like, I tried, but I couldn't. No, you didn't. You just do it.
Yeah.
If you need to end the relationship, end the relationship. And that's why Sheena's final speech is so good.
Yeah, he couldn't even say shit.
He's like, she's like, then fuck off. Like, we pick up the pieces. If you need to end a relationship because you're not happy and you need it over, we gotcha.
Yeah.
Shit happens. But like,
she's going to be upset. It would be weird if she wasn't.
Like, sorry.
It would be weird if she was not upset.
And here's the thing that's really like hitting me right now as you say that. It's like he was waiting to say it and she didn't get upset. It's like, how many times can I say this and eventually she's going to be like, all right, fine. And he's like, see, it's mutual. Yay, it's mutual. Because he's like, I don't want to look like the bad guy.
Right.
It's like, maybe if I keep saying it over and over again, she'll eventually just throw her hands up in the air.
Yeah.
If I make the relationship bad enough and I'm like not here enough, maybe she'll realize like it's shitty, might as well end it.
Yeah, I feel like he really wanted it to be a mutual.
That is what it was.
Yeah, he was trying to get her to coax her into a mutual breakup so that way.
He was never home. He was neglecting her intentionally, trying to get it to where she wanted out too. Ew.
Yeah. He was trying to make it so insufferable that she would not like want to be there.
Should we murder him?
Oh, I can't.
I'll take the answer off the air. I hate him.
I like, honestly, he is incapable of love.
Incapable of it.
And I'm gonna. There's a reason why I say that. I mean, for me, there's many reasons, but there's a part that we're gonna get to soon that makes me just know that this is, even he knows that this is a pattern for him. But I'm going to put a pin in it. And I'll
put a pin in it.
Put a pin in it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Ariana goes, you were already fucking Raquel at this point. He's like, it wasn't that. She goes, oh, it wasn't that? It wasn't that you were fucking somebody else, that's why you were not here? Tom goes, it's not that easy.
I bet it's not that easy to be in two places at one time.
So then Ariana goes, then don't be a fucking coward. Queen shit. Queen. And then Tom keeps going. It's not just about somebody stroking my ego that this happened. And it's not about looks. I didn't like that line. I don't know what you meant by that. I didn't like it.
He knows what he was doing with that. He's trying to play on her insecurities.
Yep.
And he's a fucking punk bitch for that. Little fucking bitch.
Yep.
Bitch boy.
It came from something much deeper. After a while, we became a support system to each other. And Ariana goes, don't you fucking dare talk to me about a deeper connection. Tom goes, I know you don't want to hear it. Ariana goes, shut up. And he goes, it's important that you know that. Why?
It's important that you know, because he wants her to know, like, what he's so narcissistic that he thinks that he can convince Ariana that it is her fault.
And it's a good thing. You deserved that. You deserved happiness, even if it was with Raquel behind my back for 7 months.
Right. He's like, you weren't connecting with me. You have to understand that people have to have connections to be in a relationship. That's what he was trying to, like, see. And so you agree we didn't have a connection, so it's your fault. Like, that's what he was trying to do. Mm-hmm. He's not, I don't know. Tom, have you not been paying attention for these almost 10 years? Your girlfriend is not a dumb bitch.
Oh, he hopes one day she'll wake up and be dumb, right? That's my dream.
That's why he liked Raquel so damn much.
Obviously.
He's like, I am getting old. It's getting harder to manipulate. I got to have someone who's not going to ask questions, like, at all.
Yes,
Kristen
totally.
Even though Kristen was, like, wild and crazy, she's a goddamn
She was
detective.
a CIA agent. No, you can't have that.
He's getting too old to be able to have little calculator secret app lock things. Mm-mm. Like, he needs to have someone who is going to be it's a layup.
Yep. Need it.
Super easy.
Yeah. Then Ariana goes, when are you going to see her next? And he goes, tomorrow.
I'm mad he answered that question.
Me too. And then she goes, oh, are you guys going to kiss and hug and talk about your deep connection? And Tom says, I don't know.
Okay.
She goes, why don't you just say no?
Like, God.
You asshole. And then this is when she cries, like Ariana does finally cry and say, like, I would have followed you everywhere. I was ride or die for you. I had her back as well. And she does give a really great Game of Thrones level you're dead to me speech, and then ends it with, I regret ever loving you.
God, it was such a good button.
Any last words before we never speak again?
Oh. God, it was so, like, that. God. Again, this scene has to be studied in film class.
Oh my God.
It was so good.
So beautiful. Yeah.
You could not write anything better than that.
It's just stunning. Stunning.
Why?
We get body odor under our arms, right? But we could smell in other places in our body. And you know what? I don't like to smell. And I am not ashamed of the fact that I smell delicious everywhere. And down in my bathing suit parts, I smell like toasted coconut. You want to know why? I use Lumi. Lumi popped up in my world as a targeted ad when I was Googling causes of odor from that area. I had hooked up with someone new and had never smelled that smell before from that area and was like, this is it. I have an STD. But no. Along came this Lumi ad that said, or maybe it's just body odor. Lumi was invented by an OBGYN who was tired of her down there getting the blame for all of the odors. because I was like, I have a medical problem. That's what I thought I had. But it wasn't. It was truly just skin rubbing together. And when you think about it, no air gets down there. You know, you're walking around. I was at work when this occurred. Lumi is uniquely formulated. It is aluminum-free, skin-safe, and clinically proven to control odor for up to 72 hours. If you seriously aren't showering in a 72-hour period, wow. But hey, if you needed it for that long, it's there for you. The thing with Lumi, you use it everywhere. I use it under my boobs. I use it in my pits, behind my knees. Lumi's starter pack is perfect for new customers because in it you get solid stick deodorant, which is what I started with, the cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice, like a mini body wash, which I have in clean tangerine. Oh my God, it's so good. And deodorant wipes, which I have in cucumber, and I keep those in my car because, you know, got to freshen up while you're on the go. As a special offer for listeners, new customers get $5 off this Lumi starter pack with code SHESPEAKS at LumiDeodorant.com. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack when you visit LumiDeodorant.com and use code SHESPEAKS.
Wrap it up, wrap it up, wrap it up.
Speaking of something that's just like not good is when Tom goes over to Schwartz's apartment and does this super horrible, overdramatic cry on, like he
collapses
cries
into his lover's arm.
It's so bad. It's exactly what it is. It's so bad. He's like, I'm sorry.
In his like whole all black morning outfit. Like, what was that? Like that outfit he had. He like.
And then he like, Schwartz is like, all right, okay. It says, all right, I'll let you do this. And then he tries to pull back, but Tom won't let him go. Tom's like, I'm not done showing everybody how sorry I am. Hold on. Did the camera get it? Did you get it yet, camera? I'm like,
he really was. He's so bad at acting. He's such an overactor. Oh my gosh.
Schwartz is like, all right, cut. Like, dude, Schwartz was uncomfortable.
He was, because he was like, first of all, stop. Like, I'm like, I can't. I have no more
Schwartz
in me for this.
I've already done enough for you, dude.
I have a question. So when Sandoval was with Ariana earlier in the last scene, Ariana was like, did you have fun at Raquel's? He was like, I was at Schwartz's. Okay, so now we're at Schwartz's now. Why is he acting like this is the first time he's seen Schwartz like that for that such a dramatic entrance? You just see him last night? Like for me, like that was so like.
Oh, good point.
You know what I mean?
Why it's even more. Well, that's why it's even more ridiculous, and why Schwartz was like,
yeah, because that's what I'm saying. Like, so if you were just with Schwartz the night before,
wait a minute, you're so right, Pia.
That entrance. What was that,
Pia?
That's not the first time you were seeing him.
He just was at Schwartz's house.
Like the night before.
That's why Schwartz is like, I don't know.
Like he's like, I just like, what is this?
He's like, yeah, bro, we talked about this like 20 seconds before you got here. Wow. All right, well done. Schwartz, you see Schwartz in real time ask, he's like, maybe you could make a post saying like, I told you to tell Ariana and I didn't, and like absolve me and the partners because we have a 1-star review on Yelp now.
Damn, I didn't realize it went down to 1 star. Good work, internet.
Yeah, clearly it's done nothing to fuck up business because everyone who goes into Schwartz and Sandy's has said it's busy all the time,
except for Jax. Jax, did you see that when Jax said that? But you can't believe everything Jax says.
But Jax was always there, also there with Schwartz, and I was like, huh, interesting choice, Jax.
Mm-hmm.
You can't play both sides, Jax, and be on the fan side.
Well, he's trying. This is now Jax is trying to do is say that Schwartz needs to leave Sandoval. That's his thing. He's trying to save Schwartz. Is his whole
There's
thing.
no saving Schwartz.
I agree.
Schwartz is the bad guy. So
I
Jax,
agree.
You're not going to be able to save Schwartz. You pick a side, and it's the girly side.
Yeah.
And James. Because James is one of the girlies.
He is.
He is. Okay, that prank phone call. We will get to it.
That was my favorite thing.
And then we'll get to it. Okay, we'll continue. Sandoval does the this is how it all started bullshit, and he does that because he needs this to be on camera so that Schwartz has the I am just finding out about this alibi. I'm like, this is funny because Schwartz already knows the entire thing.
Right.
But he's like, it all started the night of guys' night. I'm like, are you kidding? Are you kidding? We don't need you to tell this story to him like he don't know?
Yeah.
This bullshit. Tom does admit in his confessional that they've had problems for a long time. We just didn't want that out there for everybody. And then they flash back to Jax saying that their relationship was a facade. And I do feel cheated as a viewer. That pisses me the fuck off that we've got this season after season of a fake bullshit relationship. That's cheating on us as viewers. That pisses me off quite a bit. Pisses me off because I'm sure Tom was the one who made that happen. And also that Ariana allowed it to happen. But we're not mad at Ariana for anything ever, so fuck off.
Yeah.
It's Tom's fault.
Tom's fault.
Then Tom goes and says something that is supposed to garner sympathy, I guess. And he says, the only time I get off is when I jack off in the bathroom. And I said, "Aw, poor Tom. Thank you for that visual. Aw, now we feel even worse for you."
I don't feel like
Are you kidding me?
Again, if you wanted to have more sex with Ariana, he could have followed the simple one thing that she asked. Spend time with her. Boom.
Boom.
Would have solved your problems.
But you chose to do everything but that and then go, why do we have a connection? Why do we have sex?
You can't have a connection if you stopped working at it. And that's what he did. So I feel no sympathy for him.
Nope. And then he says, I love this person. I've been with her a long time, but we're just not there. Okay. Schwartz says, it's relatable. Fine. But you had so many opportunities to sit down with Ariana. And here comes Tom with the, dude, I tried. You didn't. And Schwartz goes, you had a moment last week. I told you it's time to tell her because if this comes out, it's going to humiliate her. Tom goes, there was a time I tried to tell her, but it just feels like she didn't want to know. How do you say that? How do you say, I went to tell her about this affair I'm having and how I want to break up. I just feel like she didn't want to know that. What the fuck? Weird. How weird. How super weird that you got the vibe that maybe she wasn't in the mood to hear that.
Yeah, no. The thing is, he contradicts himself about why he couldn't and all these timings and stuff like that constantly. I think at one point, I don't know if you were about to bring it up or before you passed it already in the scene. He says, me and Raquel had to be on the same page. So we had
to be on the same page. What does that mean?
So you're saying that also maybe Raquel wasn't ready for you to tell her because that's gonna blow her life up too.
Yeah. Tom says nothing happened after guys' night until life is beautiful. Ariana never asked. Me being like, I'm going to Schwartz. All she had to do is follow me and be like, wow, I'm not at Schwartz's, But even Schwartz is like, well, I mean, you don't want to put that responsibility on her. Even he's like, all right, I can't. That's insane what you just said. Let's unpack that. Did you seriously, Sandoval, this is how he's used to dealing with Kristen. He got used to driving Kristen crazy.
Yeah.
If you really cared, you would do what Kristen did. And you would tail me all around town to try and figure out what I was doing. But obviously, Ariana doesn't really care because she just trusted me.
Yeah, but and if she had done that,
she would be crazy.
Crazy.
Oh my God.
That's how Kristen became crazy Kristen. Because she did all that stuff. And if
Absolutely.
Ariana had done all that stuff, it would have been, her narrative, she has trust issues. She made me because the distrust that she would have following me constantly is just
my God.
pushing me out. Like, that would have been his narrative.
Oh, yeah.
There would have been nothing Ariana could have done in this situation because Tom needs to be the victim. He needs to be the person that is the victor in this situation, and he can't be the bad guy. He doesn't want to be a Jax. He wants to be Tom Sandoval, like how he got away with it the first time.
And he's used to the tone in his voice. He's used to saying these things with the certain tone and inflection, and the audience being like, yeah, he's got a point. And it clearly worked on some people.
Yeah.
Because some people, it's like, okay, I guess he is saying something with that sound in his voice, like he's making sense. He's not.
And I'm starting to notice his tells of like lies. Like he does it at the last scene with Sheena when she, asked him, "Is it been only that one time besides Miami Girl?" And he lies at first. He like does this like look down and like mouth open thing when he lies, and it's. I've noticed, and he did that in past seasons too. Like when he was talking about Miami Girl and it never happening.
Ooh. Schwartz goes, this is awful for me. Like, I'm fucking canceled just for being your friend. And sweet old Sandoval goes, okay, well, stay off social media.
He doesn't care.
He didn't care at all.
He checked out of the scene. He's like, the scene's not going the way. I bet you this is the scene he was talking about that he wanted to reshoot. Did you hear about that? Do you remember that?
That was about Raquel.
Oh, it was Raquel? Because I would feel like that scene wasn't that, when I saw Raquel's in his scene, wasn't as bad as him and Tom's scene.
The theory is that he might have reshot that scene with Raquel.
This is what I heard, that production refused to, and he got really pissed. Because he felt like he looked bad, but he wanted to reshoot it, and then they were like, no deal. Like, you're not reshooting it.
So you're saying you think it's the Schwartz scene he wanted to reshoot, not Raquel?
Well, I originally thought it was a Raquel scene, but I didn't think it was that. I mean, it was bad, but like, I don't know. I think both scenes were pretty bad, but I feel like he seemed deflated more in this scene with Tom, because like Tom was like Tom Schwartz was kind of pushing back on him much more than I think he thought he would, and I felt like he started getting frustrated with him. So that's why I feel
think
like
every scene went like that except for Lisa Vanderpump, who I'm going to get to.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm not surprised at all because her Watch What Happens Live appearance was pretty telling.
Oh yeah, I mean, that was when I knew how it was gonna go. She made her decision.
Well, she likes to defend. She's very much the boys' club. That's Lisa.
She is that, but also she's it's Lisa's interest first, and she's too intertwined with the Toms right now to be able to take them down. You know what I mean? Like, she has a business with them. Like, she also is producing this. She wants Tom. If she's too mean to Tom Sandoval, he's not coming back. She needs to make him feel safe enough to come back. I feel like it's all self-interest, really. It's not even about the Toms. You know what I mean?
Even it's just even her take on how it went down, being like, along comes a beauty queen, and he couldn't resist.
Yeah, she's very misogynistic in that way as well. Yeah, for sure.
I'm like, girl, that is not the right take. Not the right take. Anyway.
Oh no, I wasn't happy with her in that scene. Period.
Ariana's house, which I have a couple of questions on the continuity. I was like, did they reshoot some of this? Because suddenly they shoot to something and it's like totally different lighting.
I think they did because
like a pickup line or something.
I feel like that scene was weird to me because paparazzi showed Kristen there too, and I think Billy was there. I think like there were other people that were there that they didn't want to put in the scene.
Oh,
so I feel like they may have reshot it.
Okay,
that scene felt a little bit more it felt like a little bit not choppy. It felt choppy. It didn't feel like the Sheena scene. It didn't feel like the earlier Tom and Ariana scene. Not that it was like scripted, but it was like, okay, guys, like we're going to have a couple of her friends that are not on the show, and then you two, and then you guys go ahead.
Okay.
That's what it felt like.
The FaceTime video being like Tom, the fact that Tom was at Schwartz's house when he did that FaceTime video really, really grosses me out.
I mean, I'm not even surprised though, because they all of them, like the history of it, like they love to do weird sexual things in each other's homes. Like it's not like it's super normal to them.
Oh, it really just
Kristen and Jax
out.
having sex in Tom and Kristen's apartment while watching Drive. Like they love to do that.
Like, where was Schwartz? Was he in his room? It's just it just really grossed me out.
He's probably in his room, minding his business. I'm sure he uses Schwartz's apartment all the time.
That's very gross. That's very, very gross. Let me be grossed out about it.
It is. No, it's gross. It's disgusting. But it's like that. That's why it's like, it's so bad, like that I'm not even fazed by it because they do, like they're so gross. They do this all the time. It's like they're inhuman. They're like, this is not normal behavior.
No. Raquel admitted to, I felt gross too when Ariana was describing Raquel as just being like stoic, emotionless when Ariana called her. She's like, I was like throwing up, crying, like asking her, and like all she would say is it happened after guys' night, aka after Charlotte died. And later, Tom admits that they fucked in her car, and then he didn't have a key, so he didn't ring the doorbell, and she had to let him in. And Ariana's like, my emotions are clearly all over the place. And he was angry at me. The way she says that, she goes, angry at me. Like the way she says that, just like could not believe that, like, which was the sickest thing, actually. Like how it's so hard. Like you get this betrayal, and then instead of him being remorseful, he's mad at her.
You know what it reminded me? I like instantly thought of the scene in the movie Enough with J-Lo when she like finds out you ever seen that movie?
Like 100 years ago.
Oh, but that's what it reminded me of, like when she like confronts him for the cheating, and he just like psychopathically snaps on her, and it's just so it's shocking. As like you would think that if you're confronting someone that you love, your husband, your partner, they would be like hold you, like be sad, be whatever, and then they snap at you like a monster.
He like threw a beer can across the thing.
It just seemed abusive the way.
Oh, very much.
That's that's why I'm comparing it to. It just seemed very abusive the way that she talked about that, and that's something that I hope gets brought up on the reunion. You know what I mean? Like, why is he allowed to treat her that way? And it be okay?
Yeah. Sheena describes the night after Watch What Happens Live. And it seems like there was just a little bit more physicality than Sheena had originally let on.
I was wondering if you were going to bring that up.
I'm like, okay, girl. You really made it. You've told about 6 different versions of this story now. You really have. You needed to remember what you told on camera and stuck with and stayed there. Because since this filmed, she's told us that she just pushed her and threw her phone. There was no mention of a phone here. Sorry, Sheena. I'm glad everything got dropped. But girl, she says, I had so much rage. I shoved her so fucking hard. Like, get away from me. Get the fuck away from me. And then I ran back to my hotel room. I don't know if my fucking nails scratched her or when I pushed her away from me, she turned her head into the fence or the wall or whatever the fuck. And now she called Schwartz and she's like, Sheena punched me. I'm like, you added the detail about the wall or the fence and the scratching because I'm sure you did a little. It's seeming like it was a little more intentional now.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if we were gonna let it go or if we were gonna talk about it.
No, we got to be fair.
But when that scene happened, I was like, oops. You did hit her. But I don't think it was intentional, like whop, like punch, but it was definitely like, I think you guys were scuffling. And I think you were like,
she pushed her, and I think she shoved her additionally, like in the face.
Like I think it wasn't just like
it wasn't like get away from me.
It was get away from me,
you fucking bitch.
Exactly.
And
I could see that, but it was open-handed, I feel like. I think everything was open-handed.
And that's the thing. She's like, see, I can't make a fist. I'm like, well.
I saw someone make a meme about comparing it to the OJ, the glove don't fit.
Oh.
The glove don't fit, you must have quit.
Yeah, and I saw that too, and I almost sent it to you.
But it was funny, and I sent that to Sean, because Sean watched a quarter of it with me, and he got up to that point. And he was like, she sounded like OJ over here. Swear to God, he said that during the watching. He was like, what is this? Like, the glove don't fit?
I was like, ooh, Sheena. Ooh, Sheena.
I mean, I get it. Like, she's trying to cover. And the thing is, when she did the whole OJ bit in the confessional, that was a pickup shot. So this is like after she's been vindicated from like the lawsuits dropped, because her hair, I can tell because her hair is, chopped and colored. So I'm like, she's really trying to lay it on that she didn't punch her. But I'm like, you didn't punch her, but
you
scuffled.
You scuffled, and
it was a little cat fight. But the thing is, I'm not saying that. I mean, I don't know what Raquel was doing on the opposite end of it. I don't know if she was. I don't think she was just standing there.
Yeah, I don't know what Raquel was doing, and I would like to. If she was like, "What, Sheena? Like what? Like, I don't know what. Like, I can't say."
If she was, and I know she was really drunk that night, Raquel. So
it's possible that she stumbled.
I think she stumbled, but I also think that she was probably trying to still come towards, like, she already pushed her off of her. She probably was trying to still come towards you, and she's like, I said no, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Sheena,
yeah.
Sheena, you definitely did a little bit more than you let on.
Yeah.
But I get it. She's also scared, like, at that point. Like she didn't think that a lawsuit was going to happen. So, I mean, what else is she going to do? She's going to have to minimize it now.
Yeah. We support. I don't know.
I'm not like, it happened, though. All I'm going to say is
it happened.
She definitely, happy your lawsuit got dropped. You did a little bit more than a little pushy poo.
Yeah. She should have said nothing on camera, though.
Yeah, I agree. I think that she shouldn't have brought it up, because it if I didn't have that scene, my imagination would have stayed where it was with that whole thing. Yeah. That scene is a little damning for me. Mm-hmm. I would have to say, okay, if we were on a court, like if we were on a jury,
this scene would be bad.
I know. If we were on a jury and I was being impartial,
I'd be like, well,
I think I would be like, I'd be like, damn. Okay, I don't want to say, because I don't want to be in Raquel's corner with this.
Okay, we're done. We've covered it. We've covered enough. Blah, blah, blah. Anywho, Katie tells the story about BravoCon, though, what Schwartz said at BravoCon. That's important. Because Schwartz, his dumbass, was probably a little drunk. And he stupidly, when Katie was like, wow, so Raquel is really wearing a Tom Tom sweatshirt. Like, she just follows you around like a puppy dog and wears a little Tom Tom sweatshirt. And he's like, well, she's not wearing that for me. That's all I got to say. He would say that and then be like, I didn't say that.
Oh, 100%. And him not remembering it would pant, because he's always drunk.
Uh-huh. Why? I've been very open about my thinning hair issues, and Nutrafol, well, it's actually been the best supplement so far, gotta say. I obviously don't want to tell you the other ones I've tried, but this one has definitely filled in this left spot I have. I'm dealing with it for the longest time. And I have, when I pull my hair back into a ponytail, I have this really weird gap on the right that I have to fill in by doing some trickery with my baby hairs to fill it out. And I've noticed that those are filling in much better than I've ever seen. So Nutrafol science-backed supplements are definitely effective on me. So that's a good sign, right? And hair thinning is very common among women. We talk about it obviously for men, but it's like 1 in 2 women deal with it. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement. It is clinically shown to improve visible thickness and strength. From postpartum to menopause, and no matter your life stage, Nutrafol has 4 unique formulas to support women. Each is physician formulated using drug-free, science-backed ingredients, so you get the most reliable results. Go to Nutrafol.com to take their hair health wellness quiz. I love a quiz. Identify causes of your thinning hair, and Nutrafol will give you a personalized plan for better hair growth through their whole body health approach. Nutrafol supports healthy hair growth from within by targeting root causes of thinning, whether that's stress, hormones, environment, nutrition, lifestyle, and metabolism. It's all about that whole body health, which makes sense, right? Because your hair grows from the root, from inside of you, you know? In a clinical study, 86% of women reported improved hair growth after taking Nutrafol, women's hair growth supplement, for 6 months. 86%. So take the first step to visibly healthier, thicker hair. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off their first month subscription and free shipping when they go to Nutrafol.com and enter the code SHESPEAKS. Find out why over 4,000 healthcare professionals recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com, and that's spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code SHESPEAKS. Nutrafol.com, promo code SHESPEAKS for $10 off their first month subscription and free shipping.
Wrap it up, wrap it up, wrap it up.
All right, so now we're at James and Allie's apartment.
This is my favorite scene.
I know. So James is more heartbroken over the Tom factor, and he is literally crying in his confessional, like, what a waste of a friendship.
Yeah.
But Katie and Lala come over, and Lala points out, like, okay, this is definitely not the first time Tom has cheated, because to cheat with your girlfriend's best friend is like advanced level cheating. Like, the first time you cheat, you're going to go to some stranger. You're not going to be like, I've gotten away with this. You've gotten away with it before. You're like, this is so easy. I do it all the time. I'm just going to go with her best friend. Like,
yeah,
totally.
I mean, honestly, Lala was like, she's been really good at being the Kristen Doty of the season.
Totally. But then Lala in her confessional brings up the Billy rumor. So I'm not dropping any rumors now from Tom. Everything that's been said about Tom is real. Okay, period.
I love that she was like, that case went cold. I think we need to bring it back
up.
Yeah.
Okay, but then James like, should I call Raquel? They're like, why? He's like, I'm gonna call Raquel. Okay, by the way, so prank phone calls are like my favorite thing in the world.
Same.
Right?
Same.
And so the giddiness you feel from a prank phone call, Allie knew exactly what was coming. So she's like, I'm going to go to the kitchen because she's like, I know I'm going to laugh. Like, clearly James probably does this often, which I would have watched 30 minutes of this.
I know. I was enjoying myself.
I am going to play the clip because I could never do it justice. And it's so fucking good, right? It's so, so good.
Like, are you in Sandoval an item now, Raquel?
No.
Really? How about, like, losing every single person that you thought liked you in Los Angeles?
Yeah, well, it definitely is eye-opening.
You lied to everyone's face. You've done diddly yourself over. And, like, all the people you were building friendships with, you've literally just, like, trashed it for, like, Sandoval's little cocky cock. Like, his stinky 40-year-old cock. Like, seriously, Raquel?
Oh, my God, James. The last person that I need to explain anything to is you.
You're not the brightest chick. Come on now. Let's not dilly-dally around the bush. I mean, the smartest thing you've ever done was creep around with Tom Sandoval for 7 months. Judge me all you want. James Kennedy has to strike back. Honestly, I've been going through a lot of emotions in the last couple days, and it was just what I needed. I'm sorry. Not sorry. Bye.
Bye. The bye.
Sorry. It was really funny.
Bye.
I'm sorry. I don't care. It was really fucking funny. It was harmless.
I needed it. The fact too that Rachel doesn't even get it. She's like, God, James, I don't need to explain myself. I'm like, how do you not get this as a joke? He's like, you did diddly fuck all.
First of all, why did she pick up?
Why'd she pick up?
If I saw James, if I was her and saw James Kennedy calling me, I would not pick up the phone. I would be like, absolutely not. Can't handle. I could not even handle that energy. Oh my God.
No, I know. She's like, yeah, it's eye-opening. And it's clearly a joke. He goes for his cocky cock, his smelly 40-year-old cocky cock.
So your post with comparing James
He's the
to
Roman Roy
was dead on. Dead on. Oh, everybody in this episode, like, I feel like I was watching an episode of HBO. Like
no,
the writing
it's so good, right?
Great.
Yeah,
like,
the writing, top-notch writing,
HBO writer level.
No, it's when he said cocky cock.
Yeah,
I was like, this. That
this is sounded so Roman. Like Succession. Like,
yeah, it's so Roman. Like,
if you haven't watched,
because like the intensity is like so high, and then like Roman comes in and kind of gives you the joke when you're like, not appropriate, Roman, but it's still funny, and that's James. That's fucking James. Like, we needed that moment of laughter so badly.
Yeah, it was great. I was having a great time. I think Katie in that moment was like, why was I beefing with James for all these years? He's hilarious.
I think he thinks the same thing about Katie. He's
yeah.
Like, Katie's cool. She's savage. She's on my level.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they're in. All right. Are we ready? We're going to get to the Raquel's apartment scene now.
God.
I know. And okay, honestly, how many galaxy lights does this bitch have going?
They were layered galaxy lights.
It's like there's one in every corner.
My God, this bitch must be like stock in galaxy
by
lights
them or something. Like, I swear to God, like
I'm sorry. The thing is, when I first saw her use the galaxy light, I was like, "That's cool." I was
now I hate them. Now I'm triggered.
It's too much.
If I walked into anyone's house and they had galaxy lights, I'd need to leave because I'm now too triggered by galaxy lights.
She ruined galaxy lights for me.
Lightning bolts, galaxy lights, dead, gone, never again.
I will never be able to look at another lightning bolt again.
Dude, how telling is it? Oh my God, my cat right now is so cute. Holy shit.
Cat break.
Cat break. I'm gonna send you a picture of my cat right now, Pia. She's so.
You're gonna have to put it on the screen now for all of YouTube to
You're
see.
right. Hold on. I will. I'm gonna put the time
Spotify.
So I don't forget. Yeah. Cat pic. So.
Oh, this is cute.
Isn't she so cute? Because she's like on the little rolled up blanket. Isn't she so cute?
Hello,
she's so
little
peaceful. She's a sleepies. She pours them both a shot of whiskey and she chases it with the Coors Light. Isn't that very telling? I'm like, yo, okay.
You okay there, bro?
Like, this is a lot, guys. But then Tom, this is Tom thinking he's like Johnny Depp. He's like, cheers to being in hell where we belong. Okay, bro. But like Raquel's not in the same scene because she's like, I don't think we belong in hell. He's like, no, that's where we belong. Like, that's our vibe right now. Like, that's our look. I'm wearing all black. I know. I
feel like he's dressing for it. Like, that's what I'm like, what is this costume that he has?
Now he's got like the boots on. He's like, don't worry, you're going to start wearing all black too. Because come the reunion, she's in all black. Like when they were photographed.
You're right.
He's like, I'll get you there. Okay, don't worry. Like slowly but surely, I'm going to totally corrupt you. Like he's like, before they were in their like music festival, glowy, like glittery look. He's like, now we're going all black. Okay, now we're all black. Villain. Dark, like Johnny
Somber,
Depp vibes.
Like
no, he literally is like the bootleg Johnny Depp, like tragic right now. She's like, I don't think we belong in hell. I think we're just two people who are friends and started having feelings for each other.
Yeah, she's on it. She's 20 pages behind in his script.
Yep. Yes, she has because she can't read that fast. Tom goes, it came out of nowhere. He's like, man, I was trying to hook you up with Schwartz. And I was like, dude, you're sleeping on Ariana. She's amazing. Raquel goes, you just called me Ariana. He doesn't address that. And he goes, can you kill some of these lights? And then she turns the lights off and it's all galaxy lights. Nightmare. Oh Nightmare. God. And then Raquel walks closer to Tom. And now I'm like, get away from each other. Get away from each other. Like, it was making me so fucking uncomfortable. And she goes, I had to tell my family about you, Tom. And Tom goes, your mom fucking hates me. And she goes, a little. I'm like, oh, okay. This is a thing. And then she goes, what about your family? And then she's like, oh, sorry, we don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. I'm like, oh, okay. Is this the story about how he tried to bring her home?
Right.
And then they didn't want to even fucking see her ass?
But then now I'm confused.
Me too. We'll get I think I know what you're confused about.
Yeah.
So then Raquel covers her face and she's like, oh my God. And doesn't see what Tom goes, they love you. And then Raquel replies, I love you too. Tom said, I said, they love you. And Raquel goes, oh. And then Tom says, but I love you too. And then grabs her face and pulls her in. And now they are looking at each other all close. And she goes, I know we always said we wouldn't fucking do this if we didn't think it was worth it. Just think of the way it imploded. It's not ideal at all. Tom is dramatically putting his forehead against her head. Like it's like Johnny Depp in a tragic romantic movie.
I know. He's like every fucking angsty movie or show. Like I'm like, am I in My So-Called Life?
Yes. Very My So-Called Life.
Very Jared Leto.
Jared Leto, cult leader. Oh my God. Oh, and they stare at each other and then they go in for a hug and they whisper, I can't kiss you. There's cameras.
Like, okay, bitch. I don't want to see you kiss anyway. Please don't.
But then this confessional from Raquel is
okay. For anybody who has been a warrior
I'm going to throw something at the goddamn computer when you say it. Please go, Pia. Go off.
All the people who have been saying, well, Tom groomed her. He manipulated her. She's only 27. That's a full fucking adult to me, bitch. That's a full grown ass woman to me. All of her frontal lobes and all of her brain cells have already developed. There's a study on it. She can think for herself. She's in that confessional and she's all giddy. She is just as complicit in this as Tom is. I'm tired of her becoming a victim in this. She made the fucking decision to have the affair. She made the decision to betray her best friend. She is not a fucking victim, and let her reap the repercussions of it. Stop protecting that bitch.
The producer says, why she thinks this happened? I was just so curious to know what it would be like to be physical with someone that you love, because I already knew that I loved him as a friend, and I've never had sex like that before.
So
what?
So you didn't love James at all? That's what I heard.
I should have completely removed myself from the situation, but I didn't have the willpower to not see him. Heartless.
She's so heartless. And it wasn't
selfish. Really
she wasn't
selfish.
Breaking it down okay, let me think of why. What are the reasons? Why did I do this to my friend, my best friend? Why did I do this to my life? It was, oh my God. It was just so giddy. She was like this schoolgirl talking about
she was
her first
smiling.
Crush.
Yes.
Just so enamored with telling us, no remorse. At least Tom is very badly, but trying to pretend that he's sorry in some fucking fucked up weird way.
Yeah.
She is like, no, like everything happens for a reason and no regrets. That's been my motto all season.
Cute. Isn't that cute of me?
No regrets. Like, just because she talks in a baby voice doesn't make her a baby, guys.
Yeah.
Okay? You got to remember that. She is an adult.
Mm-hmm.
And that adult has no empathy, no sympathy. She has no moral compass. Period.
Yeah. Tom then inspects Raquel's eye. And he says that Sheena was like, yeah, punch that bitch. And Raquel goes, yeah, I know, you put me on speakerphone. I'm like, wait, what does that mean? So here's what I think that means. I think that when Ariana was on the phone with, because Tom's like, yeah, I was in the car with Sheena and Ariana. So I think that when that was happening, Tom had Raquel on the phone.
I think both of them were on the phone because I don't think Sheena was
right.
There.
And then Tom put Raquel on speakerphone,
so they probably both got them on the phone. Like maybe Ariana, like what's her name? Yeah, Ariana had like.
Well, I don't think Sheena would know that they were on, that Raquel was on the phone, because she wouldn't have been like, I punched that bitch. I think Tom secretly called Raquel.
Oh, is that what you think?
Yeah, because why would Sheena be like, I punched that bitch if he knew it, you know what I mean?
I'm not, and I still don't like necessarily believe Sheena said punch.
I don't believe anything that comes out of his mouth. Yeah,
I think that she may have said push
that bitch, pushed that,
and
bitch.
then he turned it into punch.
Mm-hmm. Fine,
you know what I mean?
Right. Good point. And Raquel's like, yeah, and I took it like a champ.
She's so proud of that.
You didn't, by the way, because now you're filing a restraining order.
Yeah,
that's not taking it like a champ.
Not at all.
And then she's like, I thought, is this my karma? Well, yeah. Isn't it? Sorry. But if I did that to my best friend, I would feel like that's my karma.
Yeah, like they really thought that they were just going to get away with this. They thought that they were going to ride off into the sunset and live happily ever after, leaving everybody in the dust. No, not today.
And it really freaked me out when she does this whole thing about how she's like, I don't really have anyone that has my best interests in mind except for you, my sister, my parents. But even you, that's a question mark. She's like, am I really going to put my life on the line for someone that would cheat on someone they love so much? I mean, like, you could do that to me. And Tom goes, I would never do this if there wasn't something here. Honey, this is the exact same shit he would say to Ariana. Like, this is exactly what he's doing to you.
So I'm going to take my pin out from earlier.
Okay. Take it out.
That's what I was talking about. So when she says, you could do this to me, he never directly gives her a confirmation that he would not do that. He just says that I wouldn't do this now if I didn't feel something, which means later down the line, if he finds another person that he also feels this connection with, yeah, like I would do it. Like that, like he would absolutely do it again. He is not saying that he wouldn't do this again. Because if a connection happens, a connection happens.
Yeah.
And he essentially says that later in his like confessional as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's like, I felt, because when he's like, when I kissed Raquel, I felt hope. Like, your best days aren't behind you. What? Get over it.
Yeah.
Which means that you'll never have a true love, like, for the rest of your life type of love, because that's what all relationships that last forever have to go through, is this like growing pain of like, wow, is this going to be the rest of my life? So bye.
Yeah.
Then Raquel does it. I just feel like it turned out so horribly wrong. Like the awful tone in her voice when she says that, like she's laughing and she's like, it's funny to her, but not funny. It's like, it's just like, oh, this is so mocking. It has a mocking tone to it. There's not a word for it that I can really find, but it's really disturbing. The tone in her voice is really disturbing. And then they play the like coulda, shoulda, woulda, shoulda, coulda. I'm like, are you?
Is that how we're gonna sum it up?
Are we doing? Okay. Cool.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Okay. Cool. Then they put up the title card that, like, after this scene, Raquel turned off her phone and wasn't seen or heard from for weeks.
What a fucking coward.
Yeah.
What a fucking coward. And also, I would like to point out that little bit that she said to Tom, she can't think on her own. I can tell that was what her family, because her family clearly is probably, at this point, we read during that time, trying to get her away from Tom because this is all very fucking bad. And I can tell that that's something her family said to her. Like, she's just repeating it. Like, this is not a thought that she's like, she didn't take a step back and think this and, like, come up with it on her own. She was like, someone told her, do you think Tom has your best interest if he can do this to Ariana, someone he loves? He can do this to you.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know.
She definitely probably said it just like that.
She's like, I guess I should bring that up.
Why?
Don't make a habit of asking friends about some medical stuff. Like, is this normal? Because you never know who you're going to get. You never know if this is your friend who's like super hypochondriac-y. Don't ask Google either, because you type in the wrong search word and you've got a terminal illness before you know it. So let me tell you where I suggest going. Head over to ZocDoc, because you can find a doctor over there that will listen to your questions, the is this normal, this is how I'm feeling stuff, and they'll give you actual medical expert advice. ZocDoc is the only free app that lets you find and book doctors who are patient reviewed, take your insurance, are available when you need them, and treat almost every condition under the sun. You don't have to worry about all that doctor roulette where you're like, I hope this is the good one, and you don't know until you get in there. ZocDoc has all the reviews right there. It's like your trusted guide to getting you to your new favorite doctor. Millions of people use ZocDoc to find and book a doctor in their neighborhood who is patient reviewed and fits their needs and their schedule just right. Go to ZocDoc.com/SheSpeaks and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc.com/SheSpeaks. ZocDoc.com/SheSpeaks.
Wrap it up, wrap it up, wrap it up.
All right, Villa Rosa, Ariana goes over to Lisa's and just immediately breaks down. Her hair's visibly super dirty, but her face looks amazing.
Yeah.
Like, amazing. But then Lisa says, I know it's no consolation, but none of us suspected a thing.
Bitch, you had Ken do that whole scene.
What do you... Lisa,
shut the fuck up.
say words that matter. Like, connect to something emotional. Like, it just pisses me off.
I honestly didn't need any of the Lisa scenes. Sorry.
I agreed. I was like, she just wanted to be included. She's like, don't cut me out completely.
Yeah, like, I honestly really, especially the Tom scene, really didn't need to see that.
And then I really disliked her version where in her thing, she's like, Tom and Ariana weren't having the physical relationship. And then along comes a beauty queen and she's certainly up for it. And it's hard to resist.
That is an excuse that you're giving him. And that actually really fucking annoyed me, because I was like, you and Ken aren't having sex notoriously. Is Ken allowed to fuck Erica Jane?
So fucked up.
No, like, don't do that.
And then Ariana says that Raquel should move to a different state, and Lisa's like, but she needs to be on the show next season, so I'm not going to say anything to this.
Yeah, that's to my point earlier. That's why I didn't need this scene, because this whole scene was just Lisa making sure that she can control everybody in the situation that matters, all the big game players, Ariana, Tom. She needs, if she could have got filmed a scene with Raquel, if she hadn't disappeared off the face of the planet, she would have. And she wants to make, because she knows that this is going to make next season even bigger to have all three of them on it, and she needs to keep them on. Mm-hmm. So that's why I was like, I don't even care what she has to say, because this was all produced by her per usual. But she's really like, I usually let her slide with her producing, but not today.
Not today.
No, I'm not interested in it.
No. Katie's house, Schwartz comes over and Katie's like, I need to talk to you. He's like, oh man.
Yes.
Katie's like, how long have you known? And he's like, a month ago. Wait, no, first he goes, I mean, I didn't mark it on my calendar. I'm like, stalling.
He was stalling.
Stalling immediately. He's like, fuck. But a month ago. And Katie's like, all right. So she reminds him about that BravoCon comment that was from October. And he's like, I didn't say that.
But his eyes were
his eyes darting all over.
Like,
He's like,
did I say that?
He's like, that totally sounds like something I would have said. Katie's like, I know Sandoval well enough. And his ego would not let him have you pursuing a girl that he's hooking up with. And that is so accurate. It's kind of what we had said.
We said that.
Yeah, we're like, after the makeout, like kind of tracked, like he lets them kiss, and then he's like, I take it back. I totally take back wanting you guys to kiss. Yeah.
We definitely said that when we were trying to figure out,
like,
finalize when we thought Schwartz knew. And we were like, there's no fucking way he would allow that.
Yeah. Like he thought it would be hot, but then he's like, take it back. Too much. Nope. I don't want you to do that. I'm going to go fuck Raquel.
Yeah.
So Katie's when Katie says this to him, it was such a perfect line, and it actually did snap Schwartz out of it, because she kind of just keeps cutting him off as he tries to be like, I just found out about it, and I told him, tell Ariana, and she goes, look, get on the right side of things for once and shock everyone and tell the truth. And it's like, all right. Then he finally admits, all right, I heard about the one night stand. And that was at the end of August. And Schwartz is like, I justified it because Tom said he was trying to break up with Ariana multiple times. Katie goes, so you've been his bitch boy for like how many years now? And Schwartz is like, I'm not his bitch boy. Yeah, you are. You are his bitch boy. And this is what happens to bitch boys.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm just so worried about the bar. She's like, fuck your bar. Okay, this is someone's real life right now. And now your endeavor, because you were so fixated on getting this bar open, and then once you got the bar open, what? You're going to be some big, cool man? Like you had the bar, like that's how idiotic it was that you were willing to sacrifice everything for the bar and to do it just like Tom wanted. You gave him the name he wanted. You did everything the way Tom wanted, and he fucked you over. He wouldn't do anything you wanted. He went and got his nails done, went to band practice, didn't do the menu. Like, this is what you get when you're a bitch boy. That's what happens. And Schwartz is like, I'm not a bitch boy. And then at one point he goes, I'm just a dude trying to get by in life. And Katie goes, you sound like a country song.
When he said there are man-eating crocodiles in Florida.
Yeah.
I said, Schwartz, there are, but Schwartz.
Yeah. That's not your problem.
Right.
Although maybe he's concerned about his brothers.
I mean, I know that's what he was trying to say.
They seem like they would
wander into the swamp.
And he's like, damn it, guys. How many times I have to tell you not to walk near there? So he probably is concerned.
He probably is. The little levity we needed.
Yeah. I couldn't even take notes on the amazing scene with Kristen because it was so like I just kept being sucked into it. It was so sweet. Mm-hmm. Kristen comes in and she's like, "Do you want a drink?" And Kristen's like, "Yeah. When I think about your ex-boyfriend, I need a drink." And they just go, "Our ex-boyfriend."
Oh, full circle.
Yeah, and it's Ariana crying. She's like, "I can't believe how much I defended him, even against you," and Kristen, very much you could tell, is like, my relationship with him was literally nothing. But if anything, you saved me from him. But I'm sorry that you had to take him for all this time. And the worst, I relate to it, but the worst thing in the world is when you look back on the years wasted with someone and it's like it was for nothing.
Yeah.
And that's where Ariana is right now. Like, wow. Like, ugh, I want you. And the worst thing, you don't get time back. Okay, you don't get to go anywhere and exchange. I'd be like, I'd like a refund, please. I'd like to go back to my 20s.
Yeah.
Nope. And it really fucking sucks. So that's going through her head, like 9 years. 9 years. And she's like, I don't even know who he is. Because she doesn't. She really had convinced herself that he was some different person.
Yeah.
But then they do the ritual. And it was just perfectly Kristen. She came, she did her thing in her Adidas slides. And that was that. was kind of expecting more.
I thought that I loved the scene. I thought it was sweet. But I just wanted it to be a really like raw conversation with them more. Like I like the ritualistic stuff. That was fun. But I just wanted it like a little longer of a scene. If we had cut out the Lisa stuff, maybe we could have gotten a longer scene.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
right after that is fucking Tom going to Lisa's, and I'm like, we don't need it.
Yeah, because I just think that it deserved a little bit more time because there was such a complicated layering of like for all these years, and I don't know. I just wanted a little bit more of a deeper conversation with them. Now that this is all to light.
Yep.
But it's okay. Like I still appreciated what we got.
Mm-hmm.
But I got it. That was one thing. I just wanted a little bit more.
It's like if you're gonna bring her back, let her do something. But
yeah.
Whatever.
Like even maybe this would like she's told Ariana, Kristen has told Ariana in the past when they were together and they were not in a good place, her and Kristen, about Tom and his infidelities with Kristen and their relationship. I thought it would have been a nice time for Kristen to be like, well, are you finally ready to hear like my side of like things with our relationship in a non-biased way?
Totally. Right? Instead of maybe they did talk about that.
Oh, I'm sure they have off camera, but like
no, but I mean like in that scene. Maybe they talked about it in that scene and they just cut it.
Yeah.
But instead we had to get Tom going to Lisa's.
God, all this dramatic crying was just driving me wild.
He did say, he goes, I mean, we were going to tell Ariana before the reunion, okay? We were going to tell her. We would feel terrible letting her defend us. And then they flash back to Ariana defending them. You've done nothing noble, so stop.
It wasn't about you would have felt terrible for Ariana defending you guys, because obviously you watched her do that all season and didn't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
We said this, Emily, in earlier episodes, that his plan, which is what he did with Kristen, was to break up with Ariana off camera and show up with Raquel at the reunion by that time, which is what he did with.
And I'm actually shocked the plan was to show up with Raquel. I thought for sure the plan would have been to show up single and then later reveal Raquel, but you're right. I'm thinking it was we're together now.
Yeah.
Too soon.
I could see it still going either way. Regardless, I do believe his plan was to dump Ariana. Before the reunion for sure. Whether he to be single or be with Raquel, it was laying the foundation. It was going to lay the foundation for where it was going to be. Next, he would have for sure been with Raquel next season.
Oh, for sure, 100%. And Tom's like, I just really want to have a conversation with Ariana when she's not so upset with me. And then he cries like, I don't know if I'll ever get that chance. And then he starts like kind of getting too much. And Lisa's like, okay, breathe. And then he goes over to the window and starts a whole performance. He's like, oh my God.
I know it was.
Oh my God.
I was like, are we on Days of Our Lives?
Up against a window? Okay. He was doing some real soap opera reacting. Like, they're not even that dramatic on soap operas. Like, take it down 2 notches.
Don't. And he was doing all this heavy breathing, and I know that he was doing that to try to conjure up actual tears, because like that is something that I've done before a scene to try to get some tears going, like that heavy like breathing, trying to like get yourself all worked up.
Yeah, asshole, we see what you're doing.
Yeah, like, bitch. And I hate, and the most inauthentic thing when people cry to me is if they cover their face. Like, like, what's under there?
Yeah. Oh my God. Like, oh my God. I'm like, no, we've never heard you cry like that ever, for the record, Tom. Like, this isn't, no. Okay, and we've seen you cry so many times.
So many times.
So this isn't, we're not buying it. And you're doing this for Lisa. You're performing for Lisa, okay?
Right. Yeah, because Lisa wasn't giving you what you wanted. Yeah, he was like,
yeah.
I need to make her touch me or something, like in this scene.
Yes. I need her to really see that I can't get it together. And I'm going to throw shade at Lisa. Her left eyelash is completely crooked in her confessional in this moment.
Good. She deserves that one.
Yeah.
I also felt like when he came to Lisa's house, he felt like I think he thought he was getting the jump on Ariana. Because Lisa was like, Ariana, Lisa was like, Ariana has already been here, and he was like, fuck. That's when I feel like that's when he turned it up.
He's like, oh, okay. What did she say? Okay, she said that. Cool. All right. Excuse me 1 second. I'm gonna go by the window and make myself cry a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, girls' night. Sheena has just got notice about the restraining order. And she's like, I was a mom, a sister to that girl. Even Katie's like, you let her live with you. Like, I like that we're watching that. The two of them just put their shit aside. But Katie warns Ariana. She's like, look, Schwartz, I talked to him the other day. He may be coming by. And everyone's like, ugh. And I like Schwartz walking in. And Ariana looks to him and says, I don't think anyone here wants to talk to you, so you might as well speak to me privately.
Yes. Get to the point. Yes. You're not staying here the whole night and doing your Schwartz thing.
Like, what did you want? Like, you walked in and I'm supposed to be like, hi. Nope. What do you want?
He's doing this. He's doing this. He's all of these fucking douchebags, all of them, they have such a formula to them. He comes in all dopey, like he just came, like he doesn't know how he got dropped here. Like, oh man, I'm here. Like, yeah. Whoa, hey guys, like start all like very like, like, you know what I mean, and then make like some stupid jokes like, I don't have a bar anymore. Like, no one gives a fuck about your bar.
Oh, thanks for bringing up your bar on camera. Like, are you serious? I used to have a bar. Really?
I loved Lala saying, yeah, and we're trying to actively destroy it right now. Like,
yeah, we're trying to burn it down or something. Yeah. Wrong audience, Schwartzy.
Yeah.
His confessional was interesting. He says, I feel bad for Ariana because her and Tom had a pact to not humiliate each other or humiliate the other person on the show or in life. And I think too much karma built up and came back to get vengeance on Sandoval. Interesting.
Yeah, so that to me tells me that Schwartz knows all. I mean, obviously we know that he knows a lot more, but like, there's definitely some other shit besides this Raquel stuff that he's been getting away with for years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a big statement. And Ariana's like, I'm going to, before you even say a word, if I catch even a glimmer of Sandoval's really down, I'm done. Like, I'm not, he's like, I'm not here to advocate for him, which he's like, I feel like in that moment he went, all right, I'm going to start, my opener's changing now.
Yeah, I feel like he was like, take that cue card out.
Like, oh, no problem. Let me just really quickly. Okay. So my second thing to say is, but Schwartz, he says he's pissed at Sandoval and thinks he exploited his kindness. He did. That is true. And Ariana goes, well, it was also really great that he apologized to his business and his partners, which was pathetic because he didn't apologize to me. And Schwartz is like, yeah, okay, I can't really justify that, but you know, the partners were freaking out.
Like, I wanted the editors in that moment to like do a replay of, can you just send a quick message out? Like Schwartz telling Sandoval like 4 scenes ago. He just said
like, Schwartz did it.
Schwartz was the one who made him do that.
He's like, well, sure. But then Ariana goes, of course they were. Who would want to give money to that man? And she becomes literally like Khaleesi, Game of Thrones.
Fiery.
Like Dracarys. Like she's like, who would want to give money to that man? And he's like, well, we built a little family there. And she goes, yeah, well, he fucked up your family. He didn't give a single flying fuck about your fucking family because what did he think was gonna fucking happen? He was gonna cheat on me and be able to walk away unscathed, and her eyes get all big and she just like looks at him like, What do you think? Schwartz is
I
like,
was scared.
I've never seen her like this. So I don't actually have a game plan for how I talk to Ariana like this, because I'm used to talking to everyone else and being like, oh, like all Schwartzy, and I don't know what to do right now. And he's like, I'm so upset. I've been painted as a co-conspirator. And he's like, that's not fair. Ariana goes, I don't think, okay, you are, Schwartz.
Yeah, you are.
You 100% were. We've watched scene after scene of you feeding lines to Sandoval so that he can keep up this bullshit narrative. You absolutely were a co-conspirator.
Yeah, you were. You absolutely were.
Ariana hadn't seen all the footage yet.
He literally used
the footage.
The thing that sparked this all for Ariana was the footage shot at your place, Schwartz.
Yeah.
Shot at your place.
Yeah. But there's too much evidence this season of you setting Tom up to say, like, oh, Ariana and I aren't doing well. And, you knew that he fucked Raquel.
Yeah.
You knew that.
And that means he knew he knew it before he kissed Raquel at Sheena's wedding.
Mm-hmm.
So he is confirmed that he knew before Sheena's wedding.
Yep.
Period.
So yes, you were. And but Ariana lets him. She doesn't know. She goes, I don't think you were that person, but I will not have mutual friends with him. So I am not your friend anymore.
I love that. Savage.
I did too, savage. And he's like, and he's all like, sad, because like I need you to co-sign me online. Like, can you please let people know that we're cool so that people stop being mad at me?
No.
He's like, I was always sure that he was handling it, doing the right thing. And Ariana goes, I'm not an it. That was a great line. And then she's like, and then she breaks my heart. I was his fucking ride or die, defending him to you. And then she's like, I was even willing to get the goddamn embryos, okay? Just because I wanted him to have that option. But then it's so sad when she says, I wish that I didn't miss him, but I feel like what I miss is not real. And it's true. It's not. All right. 2 weeks later, Sheena's house. Tom comes over. Tom sits down. You guys, he literally revs up tears. Like he sits down, he's like, Sheena. I'm like, you had to get tears going. You weren't even really sad, but like he's like, I need to get this. Sheena.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
He's pulling out every acting technique he's ever learned along the way to get these tears going.
God. He like pinches himself. He's like, ow, ow, ow. Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if he has a cry stick.
Right? So Tom cries for the things he said that night. He's sad. He said some mean things. And Sheena's like, I don't even know the person because I don't even know you because the person I know wouldn't do this. And this is where I'm like, Sheena, you needed this wake-up call.
Yeah.
Girl.
You did.
Yeah. And this is where we find out, she's like, the whole Miami girl thing, which she's like, I always thought was true. And he goes, Ariana knew about that. Which I was like, like, that doesn't make it right.
Yeah.
That you let Ariana, like, cover for you.
Yeah. I felt like I was watching an episode of, like, an update on Unsolved Mysteries. I was like, oh my God, we have complete fucking confirmation. Like,
yeah, right?
Oh my God. Like,
yeah.
What?
And that Ariana confirms. Like, she's like, yeah, we weren't exclusive at the time. And I just didn't want him to, And also, like, if that's the case, like, if you weren't exclusive at the time, why couldn't you have just said, like, we're not exclusive?
Because it was murky.
Exactly.
Because he convinced you that you weren't exclusive.
Yes.
At the time.
Yes.
And if you said, like, everyone would have been like, but didn't you say, like, they would have poked holes in that timeline.
Yep. So.
And you guys didn't want to deal with it. And listen, I'm not going to, thank you for admitting it, Ariana. You just didn't want everyone to, like, you made the decision that you were okay with it and you didn't want to hear anybody else's input for it. It was easier for you to lie about it than to have everyone in your business about it.
And that's pretty insane, too, that they were willing to, like, they, like, left the restaurant when this girl came in. Like, that was a big thing that they had to lie through. That was not an easy
I'm
lie.
wondering, though, if she found out when that time, those hours that they left the restaurant, you know? And then he's like, called him back. If she was like, Tom, is there, because she's smart. Tom, did you do something with the girl? And he probably broke down like, I did, but we were like not exclusive, and now they're gonna make it a thing. Like, I love you, da-da-da. And they had all those hours to like hash it out, and they came back, and it was just like, okay, we're gonna. This is like they made the pact. I bet that's when the pact. This is the pact.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Mm-hmm. Sheena's like, was there anyone else besides Miami girl? And he goes, it was one other time. And I'm like,
please.
Try like 100.
Yeah.
But then Tom like doesn't want to go into more details. But then I'm going to play the clip of Sheena just slaying this scene. Because truly this is Sheena's best work in the entire 10 years of the show.
Things with Ariana and I have not been good for a very long time.
What's a very long time?
4 or 5 years, maybe?
Then why would you buy a house with her?
Because it felt like it brought us close together. It felt like a Band-Aid. But like, how do I end a relationship? This is not...
You be an adult and you have a conversation with her. And you say...
I tried to. She threatened to kill herself.
Then you know what you do, Sandoval? You fly in Tanya, you bring over Jeremy, and you have all her friends there ready to rally around her, like we're doing right now. You literally say, I'm leaving, I'm not happy, and then we pick up the pieces that you left.
Yes.
You don't her friend. I don't even know where to go from here. I mean, obviously we're not friends anymore. Because I can't support anything you've done. Oof. And I'm really gonna miss you. Right now, you don't deserve any friends.
Amazing. I mean, it's her best work.
That, like, I don't know who was writing for the show that episode, but Jesus Christ.
It is so...
Emmy-worthy nominations.
I can't support anything you've done.
It was so good. Like again,
you've done.
I don't believe this is scripted at all. Like,
no,
I
it's
honestly
not.
believe
it's real.
I'm
That's why
joking
it's
when
so
I say that.
Good.
But it's so good that it could be scripted. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Oh my God. It was so clear. And he was trying to weasel in and get his bullshit excuses.
She goes, what's a long time?
And she was like on it. She wouldn't let him even like get a fucking bullshit lie through. No excuses. There's no excuses. All the excuses, the list of excuses that you're about to give me,
no,
they're inconsequential because all you had to do was what everyone said, even Ariana, walk away. You can't control how people react after that. That's not your job.
Oof. That was so good. Let's watch it again.
Yeah.
Okay, it's so good. Oh my God, it's
really
so good. It's so good. Next week, Pia and I will just be performing these scenes.
Yeah. Should I bring props?
Things with Ariana and I have not been good for a very long time.
What's a very long time?
Right
4
there.
or 5 years, maybe?
Then why would you buy a house with her?
That's right.
Because it felt like it brought us close together. It felt like a Band-Aid. But like, how do I end a relationship?
Right here.
This is not...
You be an adult and you have a conversation with
Yes.
her. And you
I
say...
tried to. She threatened to kill herself.
Then you know what you do, Sandoval? You fly in Tanya, you bring over Jeremy, and you have all her friends there ready to rally around her, like we're doing right now. You literally say, I'm leaving, I'm not happy, and then we pick up the pieces that you left.
Yes.
You don't her friend. I don't even know where to go from here. I mean, obviously we're not friends anymore. Because I can't support
anything you've done.
And I'm really gonna miss you. Right now, you don't deserve any friends.
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing.
I'm going to need Brock, though, to get on board because I can feel him being like, but I really want to be on the show next season. I could film with him. I have those vibes from him.
I don't, actually. I'm going to put you at ease. Remember how we felt like he was a little weirded out by the lie they told about the hot tub night?
Yeah.
I actually got that he was relieved.
Okay.
I did. I got that he was relieved. And I got like a good protective dad vibe. Okay. When Tom walked in with the package, which he should have walked in with flowers for Sheena.
I feel like when Brock's like, what you got there? Like, he's like, obviously brought something over.
Oh, it's going to be a gift.
Yeah.
Oh, no, and this was just like, on our porch.
And then his Tom was like, should have brought a gift.
I feel like I got an intuition that Brock was like, okay, good, we can get rid of that asshole.
Okay, great. Because I'm not going to be able to deal with it.
No.
Like,
I didn't get that vibe.
Okay, so I'm good. I'm good to be on that because I honestly don't have it in me for that. No. And I think that it would be really stressful on Sheena and his relationship if that were the case.
He won't.
Yeah, okay, great.
He won't. We're not even putting that out there. He won't because remember, we both were like, I don't think Brock is buying.
Yeah.
That he was like weirded out by that story, and Sheena was like, "We're not going to talk about that, whatever." And he was like, "Okay, I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to get in trouble." But he was like, And I think I got a sense the way he let Tom in the house, and when Tom just handed him that package, he's like, "All right, I'll let Sheena talk to you." But he also knows that's the worst person to align himself with. He's already.
I hope he does know that. So like, I agree with you. I'm right here with you. I just was like, thinking about it, and I was like, okay.
No, we're not, but he won't.
He better not.
He better not. All right. So, following this amazing episode, we get another little trailer for the reunion.
Yeah.
I'm going to play the trailer.
It was so good.
Yeah. But stupid ass Rachel walking in. That's a stupid ass face.
Hi, Raquel.
Hi, Andy.
It's very incesty and dirty and weird.
She's a and you're drunk.
Okay, Katie.
I cried in your arms. You thought I should go her boyfriend.
We weren't first and foremost.
Were you making love? This happened one time. This was your best friend. Surely you knew this was all going to play out. This is gross.
Will you stop speaking to Lisa?
She knows what's best for her.
Backstabbing hoe?
Get in my face again, I'll you up.
Yeah, come on, I'll right now, bitch. You're a worm with a mustache. Tom,
That's
you are in love.
Come on, it's a very simple question. Are you in love or are you not?
Okay. What were you going to say?
I think that's they edited that.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree. Ariana's not saying if she knows what's best for her about Lisa Vanderpump.
I don't think so either.
Is she crazy?
Yeah, she would never say that, even if she was like blindly mad. Like, no. So
yeah. No, she's not crazy.
Guys, don't believe that edit. That edit was made purposely
to do that. To make us all crazy. Yeah. No. Okay, but then after the full episode, we get Watch What Happens Live. Ariana, as she called it, giving a slutty funeral. She's crushing. She's using a stylist, and the stylist is giving everything she needs to give. The stylist is dressing her body perfectly. She looks great. So Watch What Happens Live goes through just a series of questions. I was so glad we didn't have to watch like segments from the show or anything like that. So thank God.
Yeah.
So here are my takeaways. Ariana's most cringeworthy moments. The fabrication of the narrative that was being formed the entire time by not just my ex-boyfriend, but his little flying monkeys as well. Tom Schwartz mainly. And yeah, I could concur.
Who do you think the other monkey is?
I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I would bet that it has something to do with maybe like people at Schwartz and Sandy's or someone we don't see on camera.
Yeah, so I'm thinking like some of that, the friends. Some of the friends. There's one in particular I'm thinking of, but
who?
Billy.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Ariana she's like, I would ask to see his phone when he would be out super late, and he was very good at concealing his double life. And Tom was like, or Andy was like, oh, well, you were suspicious? And she's like, I wasn't suspicious about an affair, but something was going on with him mentally, and that's what I was picking up on. So she was checking your phone and asking you what was going on, and like Tom was trying to blame her like she didn't care. Like, oh my gosh, she doesn't even care. Like, but she did.
Yeah.
So lies again.
Mm-hmm.
Raquel didn't want to tell her anything, and she didn't seem to care initially, like when she called, and that's really gross to me.
I just feel like it's just so wild that she is just been so like
there's something missing.
Yeah.
What is it?
Like you don't have any like I don't know, like any emotion when you're talking to someone like that you called your best friend who you said so many times took you in and like really made you feel welcomed in the group. You had nothing for her?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Ariana thought that Raquel's demeanor in that finale conversation about, like, oh, like your sex life and whatever, she was like, I wasn't picking up on it. I thought that she was just kind of giving it, like being really animated and shit for filming.
Okay.
Like she's
that
wasn't.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, in hindsight, right? It's all different. But she's like, I just thought she was like being all over the top because of that.
Yeah.
There is no truth to Tom's claims that he tried to break up with her multiple times. Yeah, we could have told you that.
Yeah, he's a fucking liar.
Yeah. Ariana has a guess to who the other person is that he cheated with. She has not spoken to this person in years. Andy tries to figure out who it is, but she's like, it's not someone you've met. And then he goes, is it a woman?
He's definitely like, what's it called?
Fishing?
Not fishing. It's fueling or flaming the fire or whatever.
Yeah. She wants to sell the house. That's her goal. And I love that they still do not talk. They have a go-between. She still has not spoken to that man.
I want to know what it's like to be in that house.
I saw an article that she's having a really hard time with it because of all the like awareness that she has of the fact that they like slept together in the house while she was in it and stuff. So I can only imagine that she wants out.
Ugh, that's like such a difficult situation. I wish they had brought. I don't recall, but did they bring up what they're going to do with their dog?
They didn't bring it up.
I want to know.
That's going to be hard to do joint custody.
Yeah, I don't think that she like. I know Katie and Schwartz are able to do it, but like I don't think that that's going to be able to be a thing with them. Like I think she is the type of person. I'm like this too. I need a clean break. That's not going to be something I can
agree.
do.
That's really hard. But who keeps the dog?
I mean, I guess you would have to prove who is more of the caregiver to the dog.
Oof, that's too hard.
Or maybe he won't even care and he's like, take the dog because he's selfish
right?
and he's always on tour.
That's true. That's a good point. Tom was screaming at her from the moment she found out. He was more concerned about people hearing than how she felt at all, which doesn't shock me.
Again, narcissist.
Yeah. Lisa's going to be her one exception to the rule with the no Tom friends in her life thing.
Yeah.
She said this a few times in different interviews now, but they're the reunion questions that she didn't get to ask her because she wishes she had known what she knows now about some of the lies that were being told, which sucks because I wish she'll probably start to say some of it after the reunion airs, so we will be paying attention.
Yeah.
This is about Tom singing that Raquel lyric, which is exactly what I thought. She says, as long as people keep giving him attention, he will be happy, which is why I'm trying so hard not to post any of the footage that leaks from his shows because that's why he's doing it.
Right. Absolutely. He loves any type of attention. And I wish people would stop going to his shows that are claiming to be Team Ariana. Like, I get what you're trying to do. Like, oh, I'm going to taunt him with saying Team Ariana and all this stuff, but it just he likes it.
Because guess what's going to happen? That's going to get picked up and going to be posted everywhere.
Yeah. It's counterproductive. If you really are Team Ariana, the best thing you can do is don't go to the show.
Yeah, please.
If there's an empty room, that will hurt him more than you screaming Ariana at him.
Yeah. It's like, I'm still, it's also really awkward to do that. Like to go, like it's really bold. And I think it's impressive that you have the guts to do that, but it's going to get picked up by every single Bravo account and spread everywhere. So it's giving him more attention.
Yeah.
Read the whole breakup headline. She doubts it. She doubts they're really broken up. also that Raquel was sending him letters to the house as of just a few days prior.
Like letters?
So I'm guessing she really is in a mental health facility if she's sending handwritten letters.
Yeah. I think that, yeah, it's all a PR thing. I think that he, like, they, in order to make me put more validity in the relationship, she, like, they've broken up, and then when they come back together, it's because now it's pure. You know what I mean?
Sandoval's parents have not reached out to her at all.
That was like,
that's shocking.
I was gonna text you or send you a voice memo because I was like, oh man, I could have done it too. Because I was like, I really wanted to be one of those people who get to ask Ariana a question. I was thinking about like submitting a question, and my question was going to be, what? I had two questions actually. My first question would have been, what, like, how has Sandoval's parents been reacting? Have they reached out? So I'm glad Andy did get that. And then my second question was going to be, now that you're not with Tom, what do you think of his band?
Like, honestly.
Like, honestly.
I like when the whole plan Tom had with, like, you know, waiting till the reunion and blah, blah, blah to break up. Ariana thinks that he actually just wanted to wait to film Winter House so he could still be the good guy.
Yeah, that makes sense too.
So much sense. Ariana, Tom Schwartz, hold on, I don't know what my notes mean here. Ariana says, Tom Schwartz, I don't think just covering, but Ariana, about Tom Schwartz, like, do you think Tom Schwartz was the big, like, cover up? Was he whatever? But she says, I don't think he was just the cover up, but he was actively participating in my downfall.
Ooh,
yeah,
that's like, Schwartz,
that
you're not
true.
coming back. You're not coming back from this with Ariana, at least. And when he was on Watch What Happens Live, he really thinks that this is all gonna blow over for him, at least.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he does. He's like, when he says to Katie, I didn't do anything wrong. You totally did, dude.
That's why you're not, if you have any redemption left, you are going to have to admit your participation in this. Otherwise, you won't get a redemption for a good chunk of the viewers. You'll get some, but not the majority here.
Bad. In response to Tom saying that all Ariana had to do was follow him, Ariana looks at the camera and she goes, ridiculous. And I did have his location because I had the password to his iPad. So I did look at your location and you were at Schwartz's. Want me to follow you to Schwartz's? So what else? Like, by the way, shouldn't even have to, like, respond to that, but still.
And further confirms to me that Schwartz's part in it, which is probably what she thinks too. Like, they used his, and Tom probably knew that. Like, she could easily track him. Like, he's not dumb. He's been doing this for years. Like, their meeting place was probably at Schwartz's.
Good point.
Or he left his phone there.
Very good point. Do you regret not listening to Katie and Lala sooner? She's like, look, they had better intuition, obviously, but I don't regret trying to be a good friend to Rachel.
I think that's a great answer.
And then in the after show, she references the Yeasty Boys scene where they're in the Yeasty Boys truck, and she's like, that was the first time I'd cried in a while, because seeing Schwartz alley-oop Sandoval like that was just really brutal. It was. Yeah. So that's why Schwartz, like, you can't say you didn't do anything wrong, because best case scenario, maybe Sandoval just said to you, like, look, I'm really trying to show people that Ariana and I aren't doing great. So, you know, help me out. Like, why would you participate in that? You know, like, you also do like Ariana, and what do you, I don't know, Schwartz, you didn't do nothing wrong. Like, you can't say I did nothing wrong.
That's his problem. Like, he's also making himself into a victim here.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to have it. Yeah. You're not a victim.
Mm-mm.
You're an active participant in this. You have been for years. Not just in this Raquel and Sandoval situation, but all of his other shenanigans in the past. Mm-hmm. Okay? So now that it's all coming up and it now is affecting you, you're going to have to deal with it.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was historic television.
It really
was. Never in the history of any Bravo show have they picked up cameras, re-edited to fit something that happened way after they had wrapped a show and plugged in a new finale, which is why this was so intense for us this season, because we knew we were about to get like as current as a show can be footage.
Yeah.
Before. Like, we've only ever watched a show that's like, this was filmed a year ago and now they've edited it. And then the most current thing we're going to get is the reunion.
Yeah, it was the most authentic thing I've seen on reality television ever. Because you're right. We usually get a reality show sometimes 5-6 months after they film. So a lot of times when we're watching things happen, those people are in a completely different place with each other. So it's like we're watching like old shit, really. Mm-hmm. Like they can be completely
especially on Bravo. They take so long to get shows out. It's usually like a solid year. Like, remember last year we were trying to figure out like Summer House. We're like, hold on, when was this film? Because then they showed us Winter House, and we're like, technically that was after that. You know what I mean? It takes so long.
Yeah, so it's like we are getting their emotions like practically in real time. Yeah. So that was really magical to see, and like, I'm not mad at that. Like, maybe we try to get things out quicker, Bravo, because it makes me more invested in it. I haven't really been so invested. I feel bad for the other shows that have been playing alongside of them, like Summer House, New Jersey. They've all been great. Like, you know, like
no, they haven't.
I mean, you're right. I that's why I couldn't finish it. But
they've all been on.
They've been on, and I actually haven't found myself needing to watch them because I have such a real situation happening that like the other stuff was just like, ugh, I'll get to it when I get to it.
Well, I don't think either. Okay, so obviously just the scandal itself was huge. Like, take that, like, even if, let's say there was no season actively airing and all of this happened right before cameras got picked up to film a new season. Like, let's say we'd already completely finished the season, watched the reunion, and then they were about to start filming. Mm-hmm. And we were going to have to wait a whole fucking year to see all this.
Sucked.
Oh, it has sucked so bad.
Because it would, again, like I said, by the time we saw it, they would be like, Sandoval could be married to Raquel already. Like, Kate, the sandwich shop would be in its second year of business. Yeah. Like, it would have been so far removed, and like the emotion wouldn't be from us, from them wouldn't be so raw. And it's like our emotions, because a lot of times when we're emotional about something that's happened, like they're not in that same place anymore. So sometimes I'm even feeling a little mad at them. I'm like, I'm mad for you and you're not mad anymore about this? I'm mad still. I just saw it.
Yeah.
So like, it feels like, we're all mad at the same time. We're all crying at the same time. It feels good. We're all really in it. I love it. It feels good.
Yeah. Because I don't remember even what episode number we were on, but it was pretty early on that this broke.
Yeah. Like, I think episode 2, only 2 episodes I think had been out, maybe.
No, I know we were at the point where we were already dealing with like Raquel and Tom Schwartz and Katie, because we were already getting shit for that, you and I.
Yeah, but I feel like that was
so. Was that right away?
It was right away. It was, but like maybe I would say, I bet you it was around episode 3. I was very early.
It was very early. So we're already watching a good season. Ratings were already better than obviously better than they'd been last year, because last year they were terrible. But we're already watching a good season with enough shit going on. Then this breaks. Yeah. So never before have we known, as we're watching a season, that they've simultaneously picked up cameras and are filming footage that will be in the season we're watching.
Yeah.
So it's like it was a weird parallel universe where we're watching a show that they're going to show us that they're filming now. It was like a documentary. It was the most reality TV we've ever gotten.
And I am happy because I know I was one of those people who, I mean, because we did know that they had picked cameras back up and that we were going to get some extra. I thought it was going to make multiple episodes, but I didn't realize they were just going to condense it into one. That's why I was like, I was like, okay, well, I don't give a fuck about this season, but like, we really did need this season.
Yeah.
I really was like, I don't care about this season. F this season. Like, I want to see that, like, we needed to even like completely get all of what we saw in last night's episode. We needed all of that. The what's it called? Prologue?
Sure.
Yeah. We needed all that. We needed that backstory to understand the depth of the betrayal.
Yes.
And I don't think we knew that a lot of it was caught on camera, too.
No idea that there were this many people going, this doesn't look right. We're a little suspicious. Not that far off from what they've done in past seasons with other people, because that's just how this group is. It's messy, but it turned out to be spot on.
Spot on. Oh my gosh. We're nearing the end here.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to do with myself.
I know. This is going to be a tough season to let go of.
Because it's like you can't, because it's still actively going on. Like you still every day something like ridiculous happens, like in this story. Like
I know.
Even last night we're thinking, oh, finale. Oh, Tom and Raquel decide to announce that they are not together anymore. Like something always pops up in the news.
Yeah.
Ooh.
FYI, guys, I will eventually hate recap. That's right. Hate recap Jersey, because I'm so annoyed at that finale.
I haven't watched it. I'm so behind. I think I'm 2 episodes behind.
That's what we were waiting for.
Was it bad?
So I'll be hate recapping it. I kept trying to sit down to record it, but I'm like, I cannot even focus on anything else until I get to until I watch this VPR.
Was the wedding in there?
No, that'll be next. The special. I don't know if the special's next week or what. Yeah, it's a whole special.
Okay.
I honestly don't fucking care. I don't know. I don't care. I truly don't. Like, it was such a but I will get to it. I'm skipping this week's episode of Summer House because I've already watched the preview for next week's Summer House, and I'm like, oh, they're gonna totally tie in, wrap it up, like,
yeah. It was a filler episode anyway, I kind of think. For Summer
honestly,
House.
when you watch the preview for next week, you're like, so they could have completely combined these 2 episodes.
They do that. They love to do that.
Well, and all shows do it to an extent, but Summer House does really toxic editing where they get the audience so pissed off about something, and then the next week they're like, and we actually conclude it and make you realize that you got mad for no reason.
Oh.
They do it all the time.
They do.
And so you're like, I'm all up in arms about something, and then literally the episode starts next week, and I'm like, oh, they address it, and they actually completely explain. Never mind.
I wasn't really a fan of the editing. I know we've talked about this before of Summer House in general, because I'm so like, Summer House is supposed to be fun, and like all of the cast keep dropping all of this never before like seen stuff. And I'm like,
parties and good times, and like I'm skipping it because this week was like, I got a little bit behind and would have had to record like really late yesterday. And then by that time I found out Pia was going to be able to record a little bit earlier today. So I was like, you know what? I'll just record a hate recap of Jersey later. Everyone cares about Vanderpump Rules anyway. So I will get to Jersey later, but Summer House, we'll just cover it next week. Because once I saw, and you know me, I don't normally watch previews, but with Summer House, I'm like, just hurry up. What's happening?
Do they have a really good long preview of it?
I think the first 7 minutes are up like they normally do.
Oh, I guess maybe I haven't seen it yet.
You just go on the app or go to
BravoTV.com. You know, now that I know about it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look.
Once you see it, you're like, okay, so they really do kind of wrap this. It was irritating because I was like, you could have just totally combined these episodes, guys.
I hate that.
And like what they could have done is combined it and then given us a longer version of the stuff that we kind of cared about in the next one. Happens all the time, but yeah. Anyway, anyway, all we really care about is Vanderpump Rules this week. Anyway, that was the whole point of me saying that, is that like I couldn't even like form the words to start. I literally set up everything to do Jersey, and I was like, I don't care. All I could think about was Vanderpump Rules. I was like, I can't even, my brain doesn't care. I don't care. But maybe once I've got this out of my system, I'll care a little bit more. But it's been really hard to focus on anything else other than this episode of Vanderpump Rules.
Well, now I feel like I'm going to drag my feet even more to watch Jersey, because Jersey is like the show that's been on my back burner. Like,
yes. It was so disappointing that we waited all season. It's also too because so much got leaked. Like we found out that there was this big explosion at the finale, and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
It was lame. Disappointed. Anyway, but this was not. And we got 3 whole FYI, I know people are not going to all be able to watch the extended versions of the reunion on Peacock, which I feel so bad because so many people can't get Peacock. Like if you're in Canada, I think you can't get Peacock, and I think a bunch of international. But I will be taking notes and recapping the extended version for these recaps. So if that is any consolation to anybody.
So when Peacock says they're doing an extended, is it like after the 3rd part airs?
No, I think it's, you know how like Peacock streams it the next day?
Mm-hmm. So each part will be extended?
Uh-huh.
Oh, so we're recapping the extended version.
Yes. Which you'll be watching the extended version.
Of course I'm going to be watching the extended version, but I'm like, okay, so just to know.
Yes. Just that will be what I take the notes on. I will obviously be watching the one that airs on Bravo, as well as watching the Peacock one, because duh. But yeah, just because I feel like when they announced that they were going to be doing that extended version on Peacock, I was like, oh, because I know so many people message me all the time. Like, I wish I could watch Peacock. Like when Miami is only on Peacock, people are so many people message me like, oh, I'm so bummed I can't watch it. So I felt bad. But so if it's any consolation, I will recap the extended version here. And I'll try, maybe I can try to like throw some clips up if I can. No, they'll probably shut me down.
Oh yeah, they'll probably block it because
when it's Peacock stuff, you gotta be real careful. I do pretty good because what I do, if anyone doesn't watch the videos, what I do to keep myself from getting copyright infringement or copyright claims, I make the video so tiny so that they don't flag it. Because I found my workarounds on YouTube. But I might try it. I might try to throw up a clip, but it doesn't really help if you can't really see what the video is.
Hey, people will get a microscope out.
I know, right? They'll try. So I'll try my best to hook you guys up because I know it's super unfair.
It is
right?
Unfair.
Doesn't that suck for them? They're like, thanks, just play it on Bravo.
Well, yeah, I don't know because I guess they're really trying to push Peacock.
But, yeah. Anywho. And if anyone's going to ask me if I know if it's getting released on Hayu or however you pronounce that, I don't know any of those things. I've had people ask me that. I'm like, I don't know. No one tells me anything, okay? I don't work there. Okay. That's it. Bye. Thank you guys. Love you, mean it. Bye. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. If you did, would you mind leaving me a 5-star rating and review on whatever platform you are listening? If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget there's the super thanks option down at the bottom, the little button with the $ and the heart. And also I'm on buymeacoffee.com/SheSpeaksBravo if you want to buy me a little coffee or 2 or 5. And my Patreon, that is where I'm covering all of the classic Bravo jams. If you want to follow me over there and subscribe, link is in the description. And follow me on Instagram and TikTok at She Speaks Bravo. And whoever the guest was for today, all their information is always in the episode description. So if you want to follow them and check them out, check there for the info. And any of the sponsor codes that I mentioned in this episode will also be in the description. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And I'll see you next time. Bye.